So I want to share some additional sort of tips around reducing stresses in these crazy times we've got going on at the moment, and particularly if we don't have any sport or that's been sort of taken away for us, but particularly for athletes that are in Sydney. It's been a long sort of drawn out number of weeks, and I guess it's an important outlet. It's probably a big part of your lives, and for coaches' lives, for parents' lives. It's what we like to try and do outside of our work or study or school and things like that. So the last video I had was around sort of getting out of nature on a daily basis, which is really important, away from the craziness of what's sort of going on. The other thing that I like to try and do is do a thing they call earthing or grounding. So now we don't need to put a rod into the ground or become an electrical system, but basically what it is we actually take your shoes off and just walk on some grass, or walk in the park with no shoes on, or at the beach. And because in terms of our bodies, we've actually got electrons in our body. And one of the things that our maybe forefathers or used to do was get out. They had to have no shoes. So these days what we find is, we're in synthetic shoes all the time. We're in, coverings of our feet. So we don't actually connect to the ground. And one of the most important things that we can try and do, apart from getting out in nature, is actually connecting with the earth. And it's not hippie, hairy, fairy stuff. It might sound like that. But I'm actually currently doing that at the moment. Just walking, pretty sort of simple, but tell me how you feel after that. I mean, there's a couple of things. The first thing is getting out in nature. That's one. Second thing is, taking the shoes off. Half an hour, 40 minutes, could be 10 minutes, whatever you can sort of get in, and tell me how you feel. There's actually studies that have been done and books written on actually grounding and earthing, and it can actually help with not only a bit of stress reducing, but also if you've had injuries or swelling and stuff, being grounded or connected to the ground can help with your recovery. Obviously there's other things that you still need to do with physios and things like that if you're in a recovery program, but in terms of the swelling and helping improve that recovery, then grounding or earthing can be a really, really beneficial thing that you can try. So anyway, let me know how you go, if that's been beneficial. Pretty simple, but sometimes in this crazy world we're in the moment, sometimes the simple things, like being connected to family, nature, going for a walk with no shoes on, can just, balance us back to what's important. So hopefully, that's useful. Cheers.